Good evening, everybody. This is a crypto market recap for Wednesday, April 2nd. We're still seeing our Bitcoin dominance after this equilibrium we had here. We are just melting up at this point, and we're just looking at the highs for that, pretty much. Telling us that Bitcoin is the safest place to put your money in the crypto market. I was kind of excited here because I saw we broke out above this trend line we had going on from all-time highs, and the tariff data and market news told us otherwise. So Bitcoin is stronger than the market at this time, relative to its most recent low, and it is holding up in this equilibrium at this point. So this equilibrium is important at this time, that we hold this low, 81,187. We just wicked underneath it. The top here, 88,839, and our 50 EMA right here, and so like that gives weight to this this pattern at this point, this equilibrium that we are in. And if we lose this bottom here, then we are at risk. So I'm still keeping this upper trend line, and I still have this bottom trend line just in case that this just sets our lower high and we end up coming down here. So yeah, we are obviously we're at a lot of headline risk. So that is the important thing at this time, being cautious of that, having close stops, because yeah, the news can have pretty dramatic effects at this point. So yeah, Bitcoin holding up well, holding up strongly, stronger relatively than the stock market, the Nasdaq, the tech sector, the Dow, and everything. The Dow is actually holding up okay compared to this, but yeah, everything else is weak. IWM and so SPY and everything. So Ethereum still holding on to this bottom. We still have a potential equilibrium here, but we set a lower high pretty quick, and we are facing the lows again. So we need to hold this right now. We don't want to lose this low, essentially. But it seems like the 12 moving average is being a problem, and we are very much at risk of losing a lot of these names. So XRP still in this equilibrium, still looking for a higher low. It's a weekly equilibrium here, so it's a pretty. We need to start seeing a 4-hour trend change, and this is a pretty hard 4-hour push here, not helping us. Litecoin lost its most recent low. We had a rising wedge, lost that, and now we're still being pushed down. Have a support right here, which we're holding at the moment, and then that's a double or triple bottom at this point. Actually, even this counts. So this is kind of a significant support, and then we are looking at down at this 71.94 level after that, if this cannot hold up. Also, there is bullish divergence on this lower low. RSI made a higher low, and whereas price action made a lower low. So there is bullish divergence as far as the RSI goes. It's just with having inflation news kind of can wipe that out and kind of negate it a bit. Hype, same thing, seeing a lower low, but still making a higher low on RSI at this time. And when this happens, this is when you start looking at potential falling wedges, because that's when the lower lows don't get a lot of follow through, and then they start bouncing, and then you set a lower high, and then another lower low with no follow through, and RSI is just not following price action. So I mean, we're already technically oversold. Let's see if we go weekly. No, it's not even close. But yeah, we'll see if the stock market, it broke down with no follow through at this time. So sorry, I forgot to mention that as well. So we broke down from its most recent low and straight into a bounce. So we'll see where we open up tomorrow. we want to make as much of a move. Here, I'll just put it on ES1 just so I have it on both. So the S&P futures right here had a kind of an equilibrium, broke down with no follow through at this time. Not that it won't get follow through, but none at this time. So, and also same thing. It has this bullish divergence. RSI made a higher high and price action made a lower low. So that is what I'm looking at, and could happen to a lot of names. See a lot of names in the altcoins. BNB still holding up strong, broke down with no follow through. Still holding up much stronger than the other names. Just lost the 0.382, but not a lot of follow through. We're still holding the 0.5. Once you start losing the 0.5, the likelihood of breaking to higher highs decreases. But yeah, even still, I would be looking for a daily lower high on the way back up. Solana, just testing support here now. Need to change the hourly trend at this point. Starting to see an hourly bounce. Need to get as much room as possible. Change the hourly trend, and then hopefully we can make an equilibrium out of this at this point. But it's definitely having a lot of difficulty with this 12 moving average. Ondo saw a bounce on today, and yeah, we're kind of in an equilibrium right now. Upper wick on the day. Haven't started daily consolidation yet, but we've got the 12 moving average right above us. Yeah, just looking for a daily lower high than 95 cents. Link still in a potentially weekly equilibrium here, and have this downtrend line for inverse head and shoulders. We have pulled back enough that I would expect a lower high on the way back up. This is a significant pullback now, especially today with today. So we're weakening our right shoulder is what I'm saying. And have the 12 moving average above us. Sui. So we're in an equilibrium as well on this. And possibly inverse head and shoulders, wherever you want to set your line from. Neckline. I usually go from the most recent pivot. But yeah, we're still bouncing. We haven't started daily consolidation yet, so holding our most recent low. It's just these names got beat up so much more than other names. So some of these names that are down like 50-60% are shaping up better than their peers that have not lost so much. But that being said, they have so many resistance points that if they can change this trend, they have to deal with so many resistances on the way back up. So that's just why I like playing the names with the least amount of resistance. So Sui, still looking to form its right shoulder here. XLM fell out of its rising wedge. Just looking for a higher low than 22.227, and we'll see if it can save an equilibrium at this point. But yeah, kind of fading this move so far, and now the 12 moving averages, daily 12 is being resistance. Cardano, just trying to find this higher low than 58 cents, and we're just setting lower highs, lower low. Oh no, sorry, we haven't broke down yet actually. We do have a support here. 63 cents. We haven't broke it yet, but we are very much at risk. We came right to it. We need to change this hourly trend now to give more hope to the bulls. Dogecoin. Now we have a possible inverse head and shoulders on this, but now we're looking at resistance at the 12 moving average. Haven't lost our low yet, but we're just looking for a higher low at that point. Need to change the hourly trend. But yeah, we're just bouncing at this point and at risk of a bear flag. Hbar, same thing. Need to change this hourly trend before we break this support here. And if we do, we're looking quite a bit lower at 12 cents, 12.54 cents. And there's another one right close by, but then we are at risk of opening up this whole area at that point. Mochi, still out. This double top really got us at the 200 moving average. Still looking for a higher low than this low here. And the best opportunity would just be seeing equilibrium at this point. But we need to change the hourly trend first and get our daily bounce underway. And so that's not even guaranteed at this point. Alpha, just fading. I think I might take alpha off my list. It's just not traded enough, and it's just kind of fading down into nothing. Really at risk of heading to all-time lows. So yeah, I think I might stop trading it, or not trading it, but covering it. We're just getting guided down by the 12 moving average. It's like pretty perfectly holding us down. Caspa looking for a higher low than 0.05555, and then we would just be looking for a lower high on the way back up, but this is on the weekly time frame. So did we make enough room on this? I mean, technically this was just a straight shot down, so we're cut. As far as the weekly goes, we are in a bit, still like kind of a weekly bear flag as far as the weekly goes from this high. Actually, I might even go from this. Yes, this is a not a big enough bounce to kind of change a weekly trend here. So we still have a potential to change or get the daily back bullish, but we are at risk of losing the weekly in itself. So that's not a good look. Well, we still have room for support here, and then we are at risk of heading down to these levels, the previous high potentially. There was a lot of coins traded in this area, so potential support in like this area anyways. But yeah, 12 moving average guiding us down now at this point. AVAX, we did make enough room to potentially see an inverse head and shoulders, but we're losing the right shoulder quite fast now, and we're just looking for a lower high on the way back up. Then 23.46, and then we have the trend line to be worried about as well. Ton, still in its daily uptrend. Ton is different. I mean, it lost a lot obviously on this big drop, but ton is still in a daily uptrend, so that is actually different. We're just trying to set a higher low than 364 right here, and then we are at risk, if we do bounce before that, we are at risk of a head and shoulders pattern, or even if we break it, yeah, we are at risk. This pullback is a caution now at this point, that we would be setting a daily lower high on the way back up. But this move, I mean, it could easily get elevated to the downside, especially with what's going on. I'm looking at this like a potential rising wedge at this point. Trump, see what happened with him today. We broke support. We are looking at all-time lows at this point. I know there's more data, but I don't have it on this chart. And yeah, so we're in free fall mode, looking at all-time lows. That's not what you want to see. Let's go back. We want to see Bitcoin start bouncing on the 4-hour and make enough room that we can make a higher low on the way back down. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. That's all I'm going to be hoping for, is see decent bounces on the after hours, and enough to we can set an hourly higher low on the way back down. So for Bitcoin, Yeah, I want to see it get at least to 85,369. At least to the 0.5, because if we can't get above the 12 moving average, hourly 12 moving average, and 84,618, then we are just bear flagging at this point. This was a significant enough move. We can easily, well, we're just looking for a lower high than up here, so there's lots of room for the bears to take over. And this is where sometimes 5-minute overbought or 15-minute overbought is an entry for the bears. Okay, I will see you tomorrow, and take care.